Our second mission, and it seems like everybody but me is relaxed. I'm more excited than anything though. Do you think they got rid of all the bugs yet?
I think so. Something about understanding more of the variables in the equation.
What kind of bugs?
Relax, not the 8-legged kind.
No, the 4-legged kind.
I heard about the dog. At least he's harmless.
The lab people told me they can account for how that happened and reassured me that they have a lot more control of the unformatted matter.
I don't want to talk myself out of this trip, so can we change the subject?
We were talking about the Putnams versus Porters before.
Oh right, the Salem witch trial. So you don't think it was about religious conflict at all?
No, it was old-fashioned greed. The vast majority of the accused were landowners, and once accused, their land became property of the state. If it was about moral conviction, then the governor was the biggest hypocrite. He had a pastor executed, but when his wife was accused, the witch hunt stopped. How suspicious is that?
Religious history isn't my thing, so I'll just accept the traditional hysteria explanation. I know you care about these topics a lot and I respect that, but I don't care very much.
That's fine. I'm just changing the subject like you.
Suddenly I hear a crackle over the speakers in the room. We all get quiet, waiting for the upcoming announcement.
We're ready to start the experiment. We created a world with very traditional values. That way, if something goes wrong, which it won't, you'll be a lot safer. Everyone grab what you want to take with you and get ready to go.
This time we'll have the headsets we got from our first trip into unformatted matter.
I can't believe that you're so casual about using equipment that shouldn't exist in the first place.
The lab team thoroughly inspected them. The headsets are tested and safe. With any luck, they'll get the video feature completely working soon. We'll still be pulled back after 2 hours, just to be safe.
I hear another crackle over the speakers in the room again.
Everyone get ready. Arrival in unformatted matter in 3, 2,
This is so exciting.
1.
No one noticing that we appeared out of nowhere. I look around, trying to take it all in. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to this.
What the devil is all this?
What's your language?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
You should be. There are kids present. Don't take the accuser's name lightly.
Ryan motions to bring us all together. He then begins to whisper.
Accuser, do they mean devil?
The crowd is getting angry. Penelope, we need to calm everyone down. Penelope takes a step towards the crowd.
We don't want any trouble. I'm sorry we upset you. We'll leave.
You think that will make it right?
I think they're out for blood. Just then an old woman pounds her cane on the ground and the noise gets everyone's attention.
Shame on all of you. Let the punishment fit the crime. They are removing themselves from the community. This penalty is reserved for felons. If the crime is that great, then let that be their punishment.
We are all stunned at how that diffuses the situation. Penelope goes up to the old woman.
Thank you for helping us. We'll be on our way if you don't mind.
Nonsense, even felons should be shown mercy. Please, would all of you come to my home so that I can show you some hospitality?
It's about time.
I see that I'll be teaching you some manners too.
Ryan, don't be rude.
You're such a sweet and respectful person. You give this old heart hope for future generations. Not like others who take pleasure in pushing this old woman right into the grave.
Ryan, don't be mean to her. She's only trying to be nice. We would all enjoy your hospitality. Isn't that right, Ryan?
I'm sorry.
Well, we only need to walk a small ways to my cozy little house.
I noticed that you were using legal metaphors to get us out of trouble with the crowd in the park.
We're in the reaping season, so I know that everyone has that on their minds.
I hope they're harvesting fruit. Do you think they'll have apples?
I knew that you weren't from around here. The reaping season is when each individual is encouraged to reflect on their own deeds throughout the year. If they need to make things right with their neighbor, they do, otherwise the accuser will prosecute him relentlessly.
Wow, that's deep stuff.
You don't know about cosmic justice?
We all look to Nick. He's the religious one in the group. Although, he never brings it up unless you ask, and she's asking.
I do, but I usually think of it in different terms.
Really? What kind of terms?
You reap what you sow. You reap more than you sow. You reap later than you sow.
I knew you were a smart boy. But like I was saying, during this season people tend to focus on what they want and forget completely about what others want.
Well, Nick, that's a first. You normally go into a full debate with an opportunity like this.
She literally saved us from a hostile crowd. I just want to show her that we're not so different.
People nowadays just want to focus on differences in order to start fighting. They ignore the point of the Switch Witch story completely.
That story must be good for her to get so excited about it. I've never heard about that Switch Witch. Who is she?
You warm this old woman's heart. May the accuser be merciful to you. The Switch Witch lives on the dark side of the moon. She only gets candy one night a year.
Like Halloween, is that night October 31st?
It's rude to interrupt.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
Where was I? Oh, yes. The Switch Witch only gets candy on the harvest moon of the 31st.
I was right. Sorry, I'll be good.
On that night, all good people leaves candy for the Switch Witch. Well, not her but her cat. If the cat likes the candy you leave, then the Switch Witch leaves a gift. The cat is very playful and is attracted to shiny wrappers. It also likes to bat around small pieces.
Giving candy to a cat so you can get a toy. It's sure interesting.
As long as you consider what the cat wants, you're sure to make a good choice. The kind of gift you leave reveals your compassion for others. What kind of candy would you leave for the cat?
The cat likes shiny things, so I would pick the candy with the most colorful wrapper.
I'd pick a cute small piece so that the cat will play with it.
I like Nick and Penelope's answer. So I'd pick the cutest, small piece of candy with the most colorful wrapper.
I'm giving the cat the piece I don't want to eat.
Nick, your answer is very good. If you want the witch to give you something good, you have to give her something she wants. If you love yourself, you would expect the same thing. Penelope, your answer is also good. It was good to consider what enjoyment the cat might get out of the candy. Understanding what other people want helps you to provide things of value. If you give people what they want, then you can reasonably expect to be given what you want. Ryan missed the point completely. Being selfish wasn't enough. You would only give others what you don't want. Shame, shame, shame.
I'm sorry. Please stop hitting me.
Let's see if this frail, old woman can teach you a few things while you're here.
I try to hold my laughter, but I giggle a little too.
Oh dear, I forgot to ask if any of you need to call friends or family to tell them where you're at. I have a phone in the other room.
We brought one with us. The connection seems a little staticky, but they'll probably hear me. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Nick is quiet for a moment and everyone holds their breath.
Wait a minute, I'm getting some text on the glasses. It says I should find a radio tower in order to boost the signal.
Where are we going to find that?
The important thing is that we're not in any trouble, so that can wait.
Home said they heard us and that they'll work on things from their end. I'll try again later.
A phone without wires. What will they think of next?
We're all interrupted by a knock at the front door.
Won't you excuse me? I need to answer the door. It'll just take a moment, these legs don't move like they used to. Hello officers, how may I help you?
We're here to investigate a civil disturbance at the park. We were told that the strangers involved went with you.
Yes, they did.
Can you tell us what happened at the park?
Yes, I can. This group of young people were in the park when one of them, named Ryan, took the accuser's name in vain.
Well, I think we found our troublemaker.
To his credit, this young man realized his mistake, apologized and didn't do it again.
Well, that was good. What happened then?
The crowd was already worked up about it and wanted heads to roll.
Ah, she's defending us. How sweet.
Easy for you to say. I'm getting all the blame.
That's because it's all your fault.
There is a moment of silence and I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Then I focus on the conversation outside.
May we come inside to interview the young people about what happened in the park?
Yes, you most certainly can.
I definitely heard one of the officers turn on a radio.
Dispatch, this is Unit 8 over.
The police have a radio, so there must be a radio tower nearby.
It's probably at the police station.
Before we can formulate a plan, the police officers enter behind the old woman.
So you are the young people we've heard so much about. I would like you all to come with us in order to get your sworn statements about what happened in the park.
Is that really necessary?
That's all right. Going to the police station is probably the best way to sort things out.
I suppose you're right, but I'll go to the station in a little while, myself, in order to put this poor, old woman's worries to rest.
You're the sweetest person I've ever met.
I'm so glad to have met you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your cooperation. As for the rest of you, please follow me.
With that, we all load into the police car and drive off to the station.
We'll just need to take your statements and this will all be over.
How long will that take, officer?
I know that everyone would rather be anywhere else, but we're just trying to keep the peace.
We didn't mean to start trouble. I was careless. It was an accident.
It really was. The crowd really got upset over it.
Our customs may seem strict, but they've kept society from collapse. Sometimes it's hard to follow the rules, but it's for everyone's safety.
We understand. My friends and I would be happy to give you our statements.
Are you sure you want to do that now?
Yes, I just have to find a frequency. With almost no static, I think
Look who's here.
I'm here to see those young people from the park. Oh, there you are. I see that the gears of justice move slow, which is good for an old lady like myself.
You'll need to keep your distance. These people are providing their legal statements.
Be gentle with her. She's a nice lady. Well, she hit me a lot. But she was nice to everyone else. So maybe that means I should be nicer to people. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm sorry I was so stubborn.
Oh, that's okay. I forgive you. I'm sure all this will work out. The police will tell me when you're done. We'll see each other then. That should only be a few hours. I'll be waiting outside.
Hours.
There's no sense in us waiting that long. Home base 1 return trip, please.
That mission was so much fun.
What was up with those crazy religious people? No offense, Nick.
None taken.
They weren't all crazy. That little old lady was sweet. Except to Ryan.
My head's going to hurt for a week. But I'm really going to miss that lady.
Suddenly I hear a crackle over the speakers in the room. We all get quiet waiting for the upcoming announcement.
We looked at the equation that generated the world and it appears that some of the variables diverged. Just before the mission started, while Ryan was talking to Nick.
What does that mean?
Next time think happier thoughts. Somehow that influences the equation. The lab team will look into a way to prevent that. Other than that there were no anomalies.
So you're telling me that the little old lady stopped existing after the mission was over?
The lab says that the dog was a one-time thing, which they can now totally account.
Why hello, it's good to see young people out in nature. You see less of that nowadays.
She can't be the same sweet, old lady we met on the mission, can she?
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but you look familiar. Have we met before?
I don't think so. I'm sure if we did that I would remember a sweet, polite boy like you. It's nice to see young people so considerate of others. Forgive this old woman's ramblings. It was nice meeting you. Have a blessed day.
Either she was the same old lady from the mission or that was a strange coincidence.
That couldn't have been her. She didn't recognize us.